Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing well. It's a beautiful afternoon here where I am, and I'm having some coffee. Um, had a nice chill weekend. Um, it's Sunday today, and my Friday was nice. Saturday was nice and chill. I got to sleep in like I like to do. Took a yoga class, I took a bar class. Blossom went with me, ran some errands, whatever. It was a nice day, so I was thinking, "Oh, okay, it might be nice to get out, this evening, you know, um, have some, you know, me time, but maybe meet, a guy or go out with a guy or whatever." So I haven't been on the dating apps in a few months actually, and that's been really nice because anyone who's been on the apps, it can be like exhausting or whatever. It's cool, but sometimes it's just like, ugh, you know. Um, and I've been trying to, actually, I haven't been trying, I've been saying that I was going to get out more, just like to events or social events or whatever. But I haven't done that just yet. Um, that's my goal for 2026. But last night I was thinking, okay, it might be nice to go out. So started, thinking about who I could call, to be honest. Just like, okay, who do I know? Ah, there's a bee. Um, who do I know, that I could, go out with, have a good time? Why is that always just like a bad idea? It just, I don't know. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it's like, it's usually not a good idea to kind of recycle. I ended up texting this guy. Um, the story is so long. If we were going back and forth, basically, I texted him. I'm like, Happy New Year. Um, and he's like, Happy New Year. And there might have been one other text, but then he was like, Who is this? And I was like, okay, I was thinking, is he trying to be funny? I don't know if the bee is still here. I'm like, is he trying to be funny? Or so I said, this is Rosie. I was like, you deleted me? And so he's like, yeah. He might have said LOL or whatever. He was like, I haven't heard from you and whatever. And so we was back and forth. He's like, the last time we talked, you said this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I don't exactly remember it that way. And so then I'm looking through my text because I'm like, okay, he must have, yeah, deleted me, but he didn't block me. But I'm like, okay, maybe he like deleted all the texts or whatever. I'm like, I'm looking at my text and this is what we were talking about, blah, blah, blah. All this back and forth. And so it ended up just being like, it made me feel bad for a minute because I was like, oh my gosh. Number one, I felt bad for reaching out to somebody that I know is like, it's like, why are you doing that? Like, it didn't work. It don't work. It can't work. It won't work. It shan't work. But when you're kind of like, okay, I was like, oh, it'd be nice to get out. Weather's nice, and I'm feeling nice, and yeah. And like I said, it's not like I have someone that I'm dating now. So anyway, it made me feel bad because I felt like you knew you shouldn't have reached out to that. Just let it go. Like sometimes you try to reach back and see, like, I wonder if that could, work, or why didn't that, maybe it was me, or maybe it was just the wrong time. But it's like, no, sometimes you just need to kind of be by yourself and feel it, like if you're I don't know if I was lonely yesterday evening, but I was thinking, yeah, it would be nice to, go out. And I'm still kind of getting around to, I do go out by myself sometimes to, potentially meet, meet some people, but it's always better for me if I have like a girlfriend to go out with me or whatever. And so I didn't have that yesterday. So I'm like, all right, let me just see, like, who do I know? So I felt bad on a couple of fronts. I felt bad because I had reached out and I was thinking, "Ah, I shouldn't reach out to him, but I'll just reach out and just see." And then two, all the back and forth reminded me, oh my gosh, this guy kind of likes to argue and to be a little bit, petty. And again, maybe he's not petty. I'm always checking. I'm always saying, like, maybe it's me. So that could be a good and a bad thing. The good thing about it is when I'm reflective and I'm saying, okay, it's not always the other person, like, or maybe it's not ever the other person. Maybe it is always you. But I'm reflective to say, um, okay, what role did I play? But it can be a bad thing for me to say, um, maybe he didn't do this and that, because it's like I give people so many chances, or it's like I'm accepting crumbs, like I'll know in a relationship, this is not really, or situationship. It don't even have to be a whole relationship. It's like, I'm like, this is not really what I want, but I'm just accepting it, like, because okay, there are a lot of bees out here. I'm sitting underneath the um, trees, and it's just crazy. Um, but I know sometimes I just kind of accept um, less than, but I'll say, well, I don't want to be, too picky, or I don't want to be too judgmental, or well, maybe he's, you know, working on this, or maybe he's working on that. And at my age, well, sometimes, so I'm making excuses. But the point is, I felt bad because any other day I wouldn't have reached back out to him. It's like it didn't work out. It wasn't a big deal. Like, a, it wasn't even that was a situationship, number one. So because I started to say it wasn't a big breakup, but it wasn't a big, like, fussing, or, somebody ghosting somebody. It was just kind of like, this is not working. So then I was like, well, why? I shouldn't have reached out to him. So I felt bad on that front. And then I felt doubly bad because he kind of just was kind of saying, no, it's not a maybe. It's not a, when I said, I don't remember it like that. He was like, you said, these are your words. I'm like, oh my gosh, can I just like live and relax? It's too much, it was too much. So that made me feel annoyed. And then it's not like it resulted in, all right, well, let's just talk about it, or let's just squash it and meet up, Anyway, that was that. I learned my little lesson once again. This is, happened to me a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but I'll say recently this happened back in the summertime, where somebody just kind of was like, kind of ghosted me. And I was like, did I do something to you? And he was kind of like, you're on this path of, you want a relationship. You ultimately would like to be married. I'm trying to find out who I am. I'm still trying to figure out myself. And I'm, and I'm like, okay. I said, well, I get that. I was starting to see too that this is probably not going to be the best fit, but I still thought we were mature enough to not just drop communications. Like, I thought, I don't know, it's just weird. And so I'm just wondering, like, what is up? And then I'm always evaluating myself to say, what, part did I play in it? And the part that I know that I played in it, oh my gosh, these bees. Especially for the first guy, or the guy that from the summer, I knew that we weren't really a good match, but I was just still kind of holding on because he was a good guy, basically got his, financials together, is, old enough. I don't know about mature enough, but, old enough in age where he's had some experiences, and I don't know. I just thought it was, he looked decent on paper, but energetically, emotionally, he wasn't ready. And basically, he kind of told me as much, but then we were still kind of dating and acting like this could be something. Anyway, I'm saying that to say last night that was kind of a reminder of don't go back to like old situations. I mean, it would have to be the absolute like a miracle or somebody like literally Jesus knocking on your door and saying, call so and so. Like Bill Cosby said, call him, because it never works out. It's never worked out for me. I've never had, we dated so and so, and then we dated again and it worked out, and we ended up dating for a long time. No, all those people who reach back out, maybe certainly when you reach back out to them, it's like it doesn't really work out. So, moral of the story is I'm in my backyard being non-social, sociable. Is it non-sociable? Um, but I do plan on I did tell myself, okay, I'm going to at least plan on one event per month. Like, I'll find something, that's going on. I found something for this week, so that'll cover me for January. I know there's something going on next month that I want to go to around Valentine's Day. So I'm going to just start to try to get out, because I really would like to meet someone more organically, like I said, versus online. I have nothing against online. The last few relationships that I've had have been with people, well, mostly that I've met online. So it's nothing against that. But again, it can just be exhausting. So my goal is to get out more. Yeah, I was going to go to the beach today because it's been nicer weather, but then I decided against that. And, that's not necessarily someplace where it could be where I could meet a guy. I also just want to meet more people. Like, my friend group here is not that huge. So it would just be nice to even meet some, potential girlfriends to hang out with. So, in conclusion, I am setting a goal to focus on getting out more. And I don't want it to be, I don't want to be, feel exhausted by that. So I'm just going to set it for one event per month and stick to that. And I'll show you guys the events that I'm going to. So I'll try to remember on this week to do a video of where I'm going. Okay, so what is the moral of this story? Don't cry over spilled milk. It's like, no, what's the thing? A dog going back to his vomit. It's like, that's nasty. But yeah, going back to old relationships normally doesn't work. I need something new. Thank you, Father, for something new. Yeah, I actually worked on that movie, Something New, with Sanaa Lathan way back in the day. I was a PA. Okay. Blessings. It's like, namaste.